welcome to the class. Today we're going to be thinking about the feet when we work, and the feet are a masterpiece of engineering and a work of art, and sometimes we don't take much notice because they're down there. We don't really take much notice, but the feet are obviously very important for standing and getting around, and can affect how the legs and the hips and everything work. So we'll start off lying down on the mat with your feet on the mat, soles of the feet, and being aware of the soles of the feet. So just carefully lying down. So if you start off with the soles of the feet on the mat and the bottom a bit away, and then just start to lie down so that you can really feel that the spine is in a nice position. Have something under your head if you need it. And you might want to move the feet so the back feels comfortable. And think about how you can feel the soles of the feet on the mat. And the legs are nicely positioned so that you can relax them. Just be aware more of the feet than anything else, how they feel. Have a little spread of the toes if you like, and then release. And really focusing on the soles. Are you aware of every toe? So just closing your eyes, taking your attention there. Just think about every toe in, one at a time. And then the heel. And then the outsides of the feet, and how you can probably feel them more than the insides because of the instep. And then you can release the rest of the body for a moment, just keeping your senses inwards, but more on the feet than anything else. And then be aware of how the breath can affect the feet. Does it feel any different on the inhalation and the exhalation? Perhaps the inhalation, the feet are a little bit lighter, and the exhalation may be a little bit heavier, spreading. So another 3 breaths like that, nice and slow. And then start to walk the feet in, bend the knees into your chest, roll onto the right side, push it come up. Just come to sitting, first of all, with your legs crossed, sitting on a block, moving towards the front of the block and flexing the feet, so stretching the heels away from you and the toes towards you, moving the feet more underneath your knees. You might want to come more to the edge of the block. You're almost not quite falling off it, but nearly. And then lightly holding the knees and then lifting up from there. So the tummy's got to work. Feel how the back is gently moving into place. And the breastbone is lifting. The chin is parallel to the ground. The head is parallel to the ceiling. And the shoulders are light. Elbows out so that the chest is open, and then flexing those feet a little bit more. Can you do a toe wiggle? Make space between the toes in that position. Still lifting up. And then changing the cross of the feet. And again, bringing the feet more under the knees. Holding lightly, making space in the toes. Having a toe wiggle. And then flexing the ankles as well. And then placing your feet on the mat and getting up from there. So you can use your hand, but getting up carefully, or you might be able to get up without that. And then moving the block. So we're starting off with cat and then going into sun salute. But if you don't do sun salute, just carry on with the cat. So hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips, hip width, and hands shoulder width, of course. If you have any problems with your wrist, you can always go down on your elbows and do this as well. As you breathe in, you drop the waist and tummy down, look up and smile. And as you breathe out, pull the tummy in, tuck the tail under, bring the head in, look at where your navel is, and breathe in and lift the bottom a little bit and sink down in the waist, look up. And as you breathe out, suck everything in, lift the back, chin towards the chest, and once more, breathe in, let the tummy and waist go, and breathe out, tuck the tail, chin in, and then we're going to come up. If you're doing sun salute, we're going to bring the hands back. We're on our toes at the moment, and hopefully we can stand up from there and come to the front of your mat. And I think I'll take something off first, because hopefully we're going to get warm. So, are you standing in a good Tadasana, mountain pose? And spreading the feet, big toe joints together as much as you can. Standing tall and hands in Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back, knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead, up, down. Smooth knee into cobra, elbows in, down into dog, heels down. Breathe in, bring the right foot between the hands. Breathe out, bring the left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank, straight line. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, out into dog. Breathe in, step forward, left. Breathe out, right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Breathe in, a little bit higher up and back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the right foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank, bottom down, tummy up. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead. Smoothly into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, big step forward, right. Breathe out, left. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Hands into Namaste. Last one. Breathe in, stretch, a little bit higher, a little bit more back. Breathing out, fingers in line with toes, head down. Breathe in, bring the left foot back. Knee down, look up. Retain into plank. Breathing out, knees, chest, forehead down. Breathe in into cobra, down into dog. Breathe in, big step forward, left. Breathe out, right. Breathe in, stretch up and back. And into Namaste. Hope you're warm. I'm warm, but maybe the heating's up too much. Anyway, good Tadasana. Spreading the toes. Let's go into dog pose. Paying attention to hands and feet. So, it's easy to spread the hands, isn't it? Middle finger in the middle. All the fingers spread and the thumb spread. and bring the knees back. So really feeling the palm of your hand on the mat now. So then we're going to be aware of the soles of the feet. So tucking the toes under. Breathe in. As you breathe out, suck the tummy in. High, 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 up. How much on tiptoe can you get? Any higher. So there's a really good bend of the toes there, isn't it? So on the next out breath, move everything back. So the heels go towards the mat. Don't worry if they don't quite reach. Then the back of the knees start to open. Can you actually wiggle your toes in this position? Have a look. If you see your heels, then you need to move them out so you can't see them. The feet should be facing forwards. Now you should be moving back. Feel that the legs are strong, so that all the weight's not on the arms and the shoulders away from the ears. The tummies are working to lift you, and all those toes will be trying to spread and put more weight on the heels. So maybe you could do a toe wiggle, maybe. And then up and tiptoe again. Breathe in, breathing out, and back again. Shoulders away from the ears. Maybe the heels have gone a little bit down more. Breathe. And then go down into child. Toes together, knees apart. Leave the hands there for a minute. Again, if you get wrist problems doing the dog pose, then you can bring your elbows down. You can even bring your hands into fingers interlocking and do it that way. So we're going to do now from the dog with the head down to dog with the head up. Okay, so again, I'm going dog with the head down. Okay, so up, high, 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 and back, shoulders away from the ears, thighs towards the back wall. Okay, breathe in, breathing out, come forward, chest forward, heels back, shoulders back. Try not to lift swing the chin forward, keep that back. It's a nice open feeling, isn't it? Breathe in, breathing out, back to dog with the head down. Move the weight all back. Feel the stretch in the arms and under the arms. The feet, soles of the feet. Breathe in, breathing out, come forward again. And can we flip the toes? So you're on the front of the feet. Lift the kneecaps towards the thighs. It's quite a lot of work on the legs. Back to dog with the head down. Child. Leave the hands there for a minute. Well, not a minute, a few seconds. And then we're going to do that once more. But if you can actually flip the feet together, then do that. But don't worry if you can't, just do it how we did it last time. So, dog with the head down. Dog with the head up. And this is flipping, flipping the toes. If not, just do one at a time like we did before. If you're feeling really energetic today, then just stretch the toes, well, either way, stretch the toes back so that all the toes underneath are on the mat now. Then dog with head down. And then you can go into child from there, a full child, so toes together, knees apart, backs of the hands side to side of your feet, forehead lightly down, shoulders relaxed, everything relaxed now, into child.
15 minutes.
And breathe in and come up. We're going to come up and into Tadasana, mountain pose, with awareness of the feet. So get about, if you've got one around. We can do a bit of work spreading the toes, so have the belt evenly in half, and then bring the middle of the belt between your big toes, so that we've got evenness here in the side of the belt. Feet a little bit apart, then cross the belt over and move the arms out. Now, lifting tall, so the legs really working, and tummy up and in, shoulders down, down and out. And then we can see if we can move the toes away from each other. And this is the difficulty, isn't it? So, and the belt here, if you have the belt as short as you can, with the elbows out, and then you can get some work on the shoulders. So we're working all the way up the legs, the body's centered, so you're using your tummy muscles, strong legs, arms working, shoulders, head in line. So working a few bits of the body. Can you spread those toes a little bit more? Can you drop the belt? Carefully, don't drop the buckle on you. And then keep those toes spreading. And then just get rid of the belt. Bring the feet together. Again, working the feet, trying to bring the big toes together as much as you can. Don't worry if the heels are apart a little bit. Spreading out from there. You can use your hands to separate the toes a bit more. You can start with the little toe, all the other toes. The big toes starting to be together, and then feel the outsides of your feet a little bit more. The insteps working, the big toes pressing a little bit more, and feeling very stable now on the feet. And then hands in, namaste. Lifting chest, shoulders down. Spread the hands as well, so that helps when you're trying to spread the toes, to actually spread the fingers. I always think that helps as well. Now we're going to do the Garudasana, our eagle posture. So we're going to start off on a chair, so just sitting on the edge of a chair. So if you can find a chair to sit on, or you could do it with your bottom against the wall, and sit to the edge of the chair, legs in a right angle, feet together. We can do the arms as well as the legs. So we're going to bring the arms out and spread your wings, and breathe in, breathing out. Bring them right over the left as high as you can, above the elbow. Get hold of the shoulder blades and move them, separate them and move them down. Bring the backs of the hands together with straight fingers. If you can go around and bring the palms together as well, then do so. And so the arms should be centered in line with your nose and lifted, and you're not resting on your chest. Okay. So the elbows are forward. Now we're going to do the legs. So lift the left leg, cross the left over the right, and now can you bring your foot at the back and all the toes at the back of the calf there, without changing the hips too much, which is okay when you're sitting, not not so good when you're standing. So, and you can still do a little toe wiggle there. So go as far as you can anyway with that. Okay, breathing, trying to get nice even We're trying not to do too much with the leg, the foot that's on the ground. And then open, undo the legs. Oh, have a little wing flutter, can't say. And then we're going to do left over right with the arms. Round again. Just back of the hands, that's fine. Oh, I think we did that before, didn't we? I think I've got to go the other way. Sorry, it's the other way. Okay, the other way. So it's right over left and then left over right. Well, actually, I can't remember which way now. I think we did do the other way, sorry. You can tell I'm out of practice. Okay, I think that's the way, definitely now. Okay, so right over left with the leg and left over right with the arms. Now, elbows forward and lift and looking straight. Head. And then trying to get this foot far round as you can. Trying to not move the other leg too much, evenly on the hips. And then release. Okay. And then let's see if we can do it standing up. So if you turn the chair around, you'll be next to a wall so that you, just in case you can't balance. Right. Okay, so I'm going to do the legs first. So it'd be right over left with the legs. Bend the knees and try and bring this toe round. And then keep the hips even, and then it's left over right with the arms. And breathe. And then release. And then change. Left over right with the legs. Right over the arms. And you go from there, trying to balance, trying to be centered. And release. Good. So a bit more movement, in the ankles, and a little bit more turn of the feet, really. So now we're going to do Warrior 1. So let's put the chair there, and what I want to do is have I think I'll move it here actually, and do a stretch on the calf first of all. So hands on the edge of the chair, but holding it securely, and then coming back, feet apart a little bit, and what I want to do is stretch the calves out and also see if you can free the toes a bit in that position. Bring the feet together long, I think. Move the chest forward, and it's a nice calf stretch, and it gets you ready for the stretch of Warrior 1. Okay. Then we can step forward with the right foot. Turn the left toes out a little bit. Then see if we can get the hips aligned. Facing the chair with the hips. Then spreading all the toes as you start to lift the arms. Strong warrior. And if you're balanced, you can look up. Remember, the back leg is your stability. It has to be very strong. Breathe. And then you can come down. Bring the feet together again. Step forward with the left. Start to turn the toes out. A little bit of the right. Bend the left knee. Up and try and bring those hips round so they're facing the front and facing the chair. Okay, very strong on that back leg now. Are you spreading all the toes on the back leg and the front leg? Then you can stretch the arms up, strong back leg. I really find that if you can feel underneath all the toes, that really, really will help you. And if you're balanced, you can look up. Really working that leg, shoulders down. Try not to tense the upper body. Just work that back leg, the soles of the feet. Breathe. And then come forward and release. Okay. And I think we'll do Trikonasana just briefly. Nice wide legs. And then the left toe spreading as they turn in a little bit. The right toe spreading as they go out. Hips to the front. Breathe in, breathing out. And keep those arms working. Keep the weight back. Stretch the top arm up. And a nice open Trikonasana. And are you aware of the soles of the feet and the underneath of the toes? Okay. Breathe in and come up. Bring the feet to the front. Turn the right toes in, but keep them spread. Turn the left toes in and keep them spread. Right toes out. Hips to the front. Arms nice and even. Breathe in, breathing out. Move the hips to the right as you go over to the left. Nice open chest. Keep the weight back. In line with the legs. And maybe look up if it's comfortable for you. And breathe. And come up. And bring the feet in. And come back to Tadasana. Hands in Namaste. Okay, we're going to now do a bit of toe bending and stretching. So come to kneeling, your hands on a chair or a wall or something. So we're going to tuck the toes under, come a bit forward, and then do a little toe balance. So all the toes are bent here, and then we're going to come forward and then stretch the front of the feet by lifting the knees a little. So if we do that a few times, we're getting a bit of a working of the toe flexibility, the toe joint flexibility. So just not too fast, coming onto the toes. And then the front of the feet. And it's a nice foot warm-up. Sort of massage in some ways, I find. Quite soothing. And it's really good for the flexibility of the feet. So just one spot. And then we're going to get our legs up, and we can really relax the toes now. So come sideways near a chair or the wall, and putting out. To start off, if you want to check on your calves on the chair, if you're by a wall, you can put the legs straight up to the wall. Make sure that you're not lifting your chin. If you're holding the chair, you can hold the chair so it won't move, but just lightly, though, not tensing the arms too much or the hands. Or you can put a cushion or blanket or something if the chair is too hard. But you can use the sofa or the wall. So just getting into that for now, and then you can actually relax the feet. And after that bit of flexibility work, they should feel quite nice and warm and tingly. So you can kind of work the legs a bit, but you can really relax your feet now. And if you're by the wall, you don't obviously have to hold on to anything, and that's nice. You can relax your arms whichever way you want to, or if the chair's secure, you can let go. Just hold it just very, very lightly. So you don't need to do anything. And be heavy in the hips. If you want to not work the legs, they're quite well supported, so you can relax the legs a bit as well now. Just be heavy in the hips, the upper body, the chin and shoulders down. And just feel that lovely release where you've worked the legs quite hard. And just feel all the softness in the feet working down the legs and just releasing down. So the hips are heavy and relaxed, the back is relaxed, and feet are nice and warm, and it's very nice. So just a little while longer for that. And do some more arm movements if you're not holding onto anything. Perhaps stretch the arms back a little bit more with the shoulders down, or into cactus arms if that's comfortable for you. It's quite a nice spread of the shoulders. I'll bring the arms out to the side, and you can do that without lifting, but just bring them out to the side. So just have a bit of arms. You can do a bit of arm work, or you can just relax the arms. And then you can start moving the hands and feet a little bit, and then bending the knees in, rolling onto the right side. You can move, if you've got a chair, move it away. I'm not from here. And just rolling away from the chair on the wall. Now we're going to come to sitting in Dandasana. You'll need a block, or maybe two blocks if you usually do it sitting on a block, and a belt. So we're going to be in Dandasana. Move the flesh of the bottom back. Legs working now. The hands behind you. You can bring the fingers the other way and see how that works. The fingers away from you rather than towards you. But trying to sit up. So you're in that L shape and lifting the chest. Might feel stretch on the backs of the thighs here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a block at the end of the feet. So you might want to start off with the knees bent a little bit. Then a belt, you'll need it about 2/3 of the way down. And then the feet will be straight up against the block there. And then holding onto the belt. And bringing the elbows out so the chest lifts, and the block should be straight up, heels against the block, and toes against the block, and feet and legs together, and lifting up. So bring the elbows out a little bit more, and this really works the legs, and then you've got the feeling of the soles of the feet on the block, haven't you? And then we're going to see if we can let go of the belt but keep the block there. So you've really got to work a little bit more to lift the body. And then stretch the arms up and come forward into Paschimottanasana, forward bend. but can you keep the feet against the block? Don't worry, just reach where you can reach. If you can reach the block, then do so. Or place the hands on the top of the block if you can reach it. If you can't, just bring your hands down where you can. But can we try and lift up and look forward a little bit and up a little bit? So we're really lifting the spine up before we go any far forward. So breathe in, breathing out, pull the tummy in and back. And then maybe you might be able to come a little bit forward. Okay, if not, stay there or wherever your hands are. But I want to try and get the lift of the upper body so we can just fold from the hip crease. Okay, so looking up a little bit, but without creasing the back of the neck, so try and keep that long, shoulders down, away from your ears. Then maybe we can just come a little bit forward, but the legs are still working, the upper body is relaxing. Are the feet still on the block, if you've got the block there? If you haven't reached the block and you've got your hands a bit lower, are the feet still working and the legs still working? And then breathe in and come up. Take the blocks and the belt away. We're just going to do a nice relaxing lying twist. So feet on the mat, lying down. Feet about hip width, arms out. Not lifted, but straight out from the side. So just check that by looking side to side. Backs of your hands on the ground will keep the chest open. Breathe in, breathing out, just let the knees go over. Now make sure you're not lifting this left side of the body, so those shoulders should be flat down, the hip centre and everything, and just letting the legs go over. So now you're on the outside of the right foot, the inside of the left foot. And the soles are not against anything now, are they? Letting go in the hips and the legs. Breathe in and come up. Soles back on the mat. Make sure you're centered still and you haven't lifted the arms or anything. The soles are on the mat. Breathe in, breathing out, let them both knees go to the left. So now the soles are coming off the mat. You're on the outside of the left foot, the inside of the right foot. Make sure that the right side of the body is down, the upper body, and let the knees go over until the soles are completely free. Go. Breathe in and come up. And we're going to get ready for Shavasana now, so you might want to put some more clothes on. Grab an eye pillow if you've got one, or something over your eyes, or just drop the curtains, or so that you can be relaxed. So lying down on your mat, so start off the same way with your feet on the mat, the soles on the mat, and then gradually lying down so that you're just letting the spine go, and then bring the feet coming in a little bit, arms out to the sides, and start to again feel the mat with your feet. Can you relax into the feet now? So just focus on gradually stretching out the right leg and then the left leg. The legs are a a little bit apart and let them roll completely out. And let them go. Make sure the body is centered and you're evenly on your mat. And then again, really start focusing on relaxing your feet, your toes, at the ends of your toes, the toe joints. Feel a little bit of space between the toes. The insteps, the sides of the feet. Your heels, where you feel the outer heels on the mat, just the very outer heels. And let go of the ankles, all the way up through the legs to the hips, so the whole of the legs now released right through to the ends of the toes, and the hips, pelvis and tummy, chest and upper body, shoulders, right through the arms, ending at the tips of the fingers. Just be aware of the palms of the hands and soles of the feet letting go. And your face, the jaw, tongue, releasing any expression. Your eyes letting go and dropping back. Corners of your eyes, all around your forehead, your hairline, your ears, and your brain letting go. Start to bring your awareness into the body, move your hands and your feet a little bit, fist the hands and the feet, and then spread them, stretch your legs out, stretch your arms up and out. Place one foot on the mat, the other foot on the mat. Bend your knees into your chest, roll them to the right side. Hold it there for a moment with your knees up. Open your eyes. Start to press up with your hands. Come to sitting with your legs crossed. Sitting on a block. hands in Namaste, closing your eyes. A little quote here. There is no denying there is evil in the world, but the light will always conquer the darkness. Open your eyes, namaste, and have a week with lots of lightness.